Happy Thanksgiving, Pilgrim. Just kidding, that's a little Thanksgiving humor. Anyways, here's a throwback to a Sad High 5 episode that was recorded way back in 2019.
Come on, have a chat with your favorite boys here on the Sad High 5 podcast.
True. I feel like there's pressure now.
Ooh. Sad High 5 was filmed in front of a live girl. Hello.
Hello.
From the depths of the ocean, we rise back again. Part of the ship, part of the crew. We're back.
Like James Cameron, whenever he came out of the Marianas Trench, when he was birthed from Marianas
Trench?
Cooch.
There, the crevasse. Feel it. Anyway, welcome back to Sad High 5. Welcome us back, because we're welcome. Welcome back, Tyler.
Remember that time James Cameron went to the bottom of Marianas Trench for no good reason?
I watched that video in IMAX 3D. It was great.
Yeah.
I got real obsessed with the
cool.
ocean and then real scared of the ocean because he went past a bunch of whales, and you know how I am about whales.
Kyle is afraid of whales.
I'm definitely afraid of whales, and people don't understand it. I once had a Tinder conversation that went nowhere with a girl who saw it in my bio.
Wait, a Tinder conversation or a Tinder conversation? Like,
not a tender.
A sweet conversation?
No, not like a tender embrace.
Not like a tender.
No, Tinder as in the awful dating app.
Gotcha.
And she, the only thing she said after matching with me was, "Yo, what's your deal with whales? Do you not like fat girls, or
I like that shit? Okay.
Or is the animals?" And I was like, "Yikes!"
Does that speak to her insecurities that she would immediately? That's what you would put in your bio.
You listen. Have you ever heard of negging? Have you ever heard of
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I was like, no, dude, that's gross. I didn't know. Is that a thing that's going around on Tinder where guys are like, no whales, please? Like, no, I'm just deathly afraid of the sea mammal that could kill me at any moment if I'm near it.
When are you ever going to be near a whale, Kyle?
That's it. I don't have to be, but I love the fish and I want to go deep sea fishing.
I know they're scary because they can kill you, but do you not think they're beautiful?
No, listen. From afar and in a painting or something, a whale looks nice.
This is like me with horses.
I've seen Pinocchio.
This is just like me with horses.
Dude, they're scary too.
Dude, I don't need to be around a horse.
No, remember the first day we were at Rachel's?
Yes.
I took that video of the horse's wiener. And the horse started.
Do you remember that time one of our friends drunkenly walked into the horse paddock and refuses to let us talk about it?
It's funny. I brought it up last time we were together with Rachel. It was me, him, and Rachel.
Really?
And I don't think he was happy with me doing that.
Oh, he gets so upset if you just bring it up.
It's so funny to me. I don't know. But
I'm not scared of horses.
Fuck that. I'm scared of horses.
No, I'm not scared of horses. I just recognize that a horse could kill me in an instant if it wanted to.
Same with a whale, dude.
Totally. Like,
significantly less, I will say, just like, because you're not always in the ocean, you're always on land. A horse can run up.
You can run into a horse. A horse can do a drive-by on your apartment.
A whale
could not.
Clippity-clop, you're done.
Yeah.
Scary.
It's like, do you think... Whenever you know how like they have beached whales and people help the whales get.
I just pictured a horse washing up on shore and being like.
you know how like beach whales, like people help put it back in the ocean.
And they're pouring water on.
I heard that's not good for some reason. That might not be true.
There was a thing I watched on it, and like it's super dangerous if they're dead because their stomach fills with gas and will literally explode. And you can get hit with whale shrapnel and die. That's another. Whales turn into bombs when they fucking wash up on land, dude. It's terrifying. Be afraid of whales. Everyone be afraid.
My point was though. Do you think like if all those people were going to help a whale get back in the ocean, could it just kill them all? Do you think?
Yeah,
or do you think since it's on land, it's like when you grab a cat by the scruff?
This is what
just goes.
It's not based in any real science, but I'm going to say some things that sound like real science. You remember back in the primordial soup that was just swimming things all such, and if you believe in that, whatever.
I don't remember that.
When things were just in the water for a long time and tiny, and then they started to grow and develop like fins and flippers and tails and stuff, and they would crawl up on land and breathe in that good oxygen, and they get laid.
Yeah.
Whales are mammals. They already breathe the oxygen. These beach whales are trying to evolve and take over.
They're one step away. So are dolphins.
Just look at their flippers next time they wash up. If you start seeing fingers, be worried. No, I don't know. And on a serious note, terrified of whales. Just, it's an irrational fear.
I fear horses like I fear God. I respect their power to kill me in an instant. They're dangerous, dude.
That's the name of the episode, by the way.
Yeah,
I fear horses like you fear God.
The thing is, too, like, I don't understand. Okay, never mind. I understand the appeal of a horse, but not only are they incredibly dangerous, they also smell awful.
I mean, most barn animals smell like shit just because they're cool with laying in it.
Yeah, totally. But, like, you can have an inside pig and make it not smell awful.
Are you trying to get an inside horse? Is this what this is
No,
all about?
my point is you don't do that. That's not a thing you do.
You see that video of the family where they're all having a party and the dude's dancing with the horse and is trotting in the middle of the living room?
That Vine's been coming up on a lot of compilations.
So good, but like, that's a horse in a small room with a lot of people. That one false move, that horse is taking everyone out. God, I don't know. Just big, strong animals scare me. Like,
remember when Rachel got kicked by her horse this summer?
I don't. Oh yeah, and she had the bruise and she was walking with a limp.
Yeah, that's scary.
We're gonna censor that name.
You said her name earlier.
I did. We're gonna censor.
That's why I didn't say Logan's name earlier.
Point. It's so weird. See, so kind of getting back on topic.
We are back. Names. Nobody knows who our friends are.
Not even that. It's just the getting back into podcasting.
Yes.
Like, it feels so natural. Like,
it's been almost a year for you guys.
Yeah, it absolutely has. But if you know what I mean, like, it's like we're just shooting the shit, and so I forget and I talk to you like a friend talks to a friend.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Podcast etiquette, because I don't want to dodge.
First names are okay. First names, I know a lot of Rachels.
I mean, fair enough. That is a common name.
I know a lot of Logans.
I haven't met that many Kyles, but it's a common name.
Mm-hmm. Funny, Kyle, you ever punch through sheetrock in a house in a room when you get real mad and drink Monster Energy drink?
I mean, this is a very specific scenario.
No, it's the meme that's popular right now.
Oh, is that?
We gotta keep up with the trends.
Oh yeah, I didn't tweet it yet because my phone died, but I want to make a call to action. If you're listening to this and you have me on Instagram or Twitter, send me some scary memes. I want fun, scary memes. I don't see a lot of those, and I think it could be fun. Give me. Let me hear about Hero Brian. Let me hear
Hero
about
Brian?
Slender Man.
Hero Brian? Very scary. Remember that scary Minecraft video where Hero Brian has to fight Slenderman?
And a kid screams so loud he clips the microphone. I remember it.
How do you think that kid, the super excited Sonic kid, how do you think he's doing right now with the whole Sonic movie?
There was like a thing. I don't know who he reached out to, but they talked. I think he might have reached out to PewDiePie to do a meme review thing and a review of the movie once it comes out. And he's like older now, and he's like awkward teen look skinny. You know, like when like you get a little too skinny and people think you're sick, but you're big still because you're kind of a kid.
Totally.
Awkward lanky boy. And he took a picture and he was like, yo, once the movie comes out, we should do it. I think that's what it was. And I was like, neat, that kid still does stuff. Do you think his voice cracks more or less?
Probably less, but I hope more.
I hope more too.
I like to imagine he stays in the character.
Listen, I'm 25. My voice cracks still to this day.
Same.
Hard. Like, I was at work trying to call out to my boss and I said, hey! And there was a definite group of customers sitting across from me. And I just looked at them and I looked back at my boss and I was like, hey, man. At a definitely lower, embarrassed volume.
Hey, man.
But I did call it out, though. I was like, you hear my voice crack? But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he's up to now. I never really followed his YouTube channel.
Well, me either. I just remember Pierce a long time ago showing me
that your
his original video of just being angry at Sonic 06.
Sonic 06! Sonic 06! That kid's great. One person, speaking of like people who make fun of them and they kind of become like meme-y sort of stuff, I guess. Is a meme bad? Like what if the person's in on the joke or leans into it?
It doesn't need to be bad.
I guess so. Anyway, not to bring it to there. But Review Bra, do you know? Are you familiar with him?
I've been watching
Fancy
some of
Boy
his
and
videos recently.
City reviews fast food. It's the most wholesome thing on YouTube right now.
Yes.
It's real good.
I'm honestly really confused about it. I was talking to Callie about this recently. I'm very confused by his channel because I'm not sure how much of it is a character and how much of it is who he really is.
No, I think it is.
And I'm
who he
completely
really is.
intrigued by it.
Yeah, like you never knew that kind of kid in school, the kid that always like either wore a weird hat or like a specific shirt or something. Sorry, I almost vomited.
But this is like if that person did all of the interesting things. You know what I mean?
Sort of. I mean, he's just a weirdo who likes to slick his hair down and wear it. Not that weirdo's bad.
No, totally. We're weirdos.
But exactly. He likes to slick his hair real nice and get in like a fancy suit. You want to hit this fucking jube, dude?
I like his videos. I think they're really interesting. What about ProZD's?
Yes, his Lunchable
reviews and his Oreo reviews. Dude, I loved the Oreo one. The Lunchable one, I got kind of tired of it, but
I always like think that kind of content is like hot trash, but I watch it. Why do I watch it? You know what I mean? Like, because it's not necessarily something that I don't already know, or like
people love to watch garbage entertainment.
Dude,
I've been watching The Bachelorette.
I told you
it's great.
I watched Jersey Shore when it was coming out, and also real like it's hard to say. Real World Road Rules Challenge.
Oh, I have the hardest time saying that.
It's the
Real World Road
Rules
Challenge.
Twister.
That is a tongue twister. Rubber baby buggy bumpers.
Seashells down by the seashore.
Puppy monkey baby.
I wasn't expecting it. Very good.
Thank you.
Very good.
That's comedy. The art of the unexpected.
Random. You couldn't see my hand movements, but they were very random.
Oh man, very good.
Want some epic bacon? I hate it so fucking much.
I hate you so much.
Dude, do you remember that kind of stuff though?
Yeah.
When like that was the hot thing, like the ass diff movies and things like that.
Oh, I was all about that. I submitted a fan animation to the ass diff movies.
Fell out of my butt. And it's like some dumb sound effect or song, and then they make like a 5-minute clip.
Some of them were really good though.
I mean,
some like
we grew up with it.
I can't read. I like trains. That was good entertainment.
Exactly.
I love Tomska.
Dude, he got dark and sad.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, it's so messed up. Like he gained a bunch of weight, and he like is super self-loathing and stuff, and like there's a whole bunch of stuff, and like absolutely 3000%. It's the name of the generation. You know what the kids are saying? Current mood. Just being fat and sad. But yeah, I watched this whole video talking about like how he kind of just like he turned into like a bad person, but he was open about it, and it was weird. Like, I don't know.
What does that mean?
Like, I think YouTube got to him, and he was always trying to outdo himself and stuff and compete with people, and then he started picking fights with other YouTubers and stuff.
Interesting.
I don't know. That stuff's so strange to see, because you forget watching these channels and stuff and growing up with this that like, oh, this is just a dude who decided to do that one day. You know, kind of like what we're doing with the podcast stuff. You know, like people are so shocked when it's like, wait, he's not haha funny 24/7? You mean he gets sad and cries?
What's really funny is that nobody got, it seems like nobody got to that with you in high school. Everyone in high school was like, oh, Kyle's the funny guy. Nobody ever got to the point where they were like, oh, Kyle's just a guy.
Yeah. No, everybody was like, I had a moment at work.
It's not even that he was that funny.
Dude, trust me, old Kyle wasn't that funny. I've deleted many things. But I had a moment at work that brought me back to that fucking feeling, that gross, like, when everybody expects something of you feeling. And I walked into work and they were all like, Kyle! And I was like, my anxiety went through the roof immediately. I was like, yo, I'm gonna go home. I swear to God, don't do this. Let me just blend in, man.
Yeah. Not nobody, obviously, but I feel like we don't want that much attention.
You know, people just go 0 to 100 sometimes because, like, they're trying to gain that feeling from the first time, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's like, how do I fucking do it? Screaming.
when I go do something, I want a solid 1, maybe 2 people to be remotely excited I'm
Exactly.
there.
If one person is just genuinely excited I'm there, and then we have like one good conversation and I'm gone in like 15 minutes, that's a better interaction than everyone screaming at me.
Totally agree.
I don't know. It just short circuits my brain when that many people want my attention. It's so,
Yeah.
And it sounds like, I always get so weird about it because it sounds conceited, but it's just like, hey man.
Listen, I know I'm worthy of all this attention.
Right.
I'm just a normal guy.
I look in the mirror.
I'm just a normal guy. Just let me live my life. I'm just like you.
I put on my Timberland boots 1 foot at a time.
I put on my Yeezys. I put on my Yeezy toe shoes, 1 toe at a time.
I put on my gross shoes with the individual toes.
That's what I was getting at. Yeah.
Yeezy made their own brand of those as well, because I know it was the...
No, you got to yes and me.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I wasn't playing in the space. I'm sorry. Because I was over here drying my clothes.
Listen.
Improv.
Listen, just edit all that out. Let's do it again. Hey, Kyle, remember that time Kanye West made, those weird toe shoes?
Yeah, the
where
ones.
You put your toes in? Remember when Kanye West made those in? I put them on 1 toe at a time, just like every other normal person.
Dude, when I'm slipping my toes covered in Crisco into those nasty tight toe shoes, I'm thinking about how I'm just a regular.
Look, I'm a normal guy. I sip my mayonnaise straight out of my Kanye West toe shoes, just like everyone else.
I butter up my feet and jump from a 30-foot height into these shoes because they will not fit on me otherwise.
No, that's the only way to make them fit, and Kanye knew that. That's good marketing.
Exactly.
It's because you think you bought the wrong.
You don't have the answers.
Listen. It's because you think you bought the wrong size. You go back to the store like, hey, these don't actually fit. I need to. Whenever I tried them on, I told you what size, but then you brought me the wrong ones. I need to return them. They're like, oh, sorry, we have a no return policy. So then you got to buy a new pair because you really got to get those Kanye West mayonnaise shoes.
But real talk, do you remember when Kanye West yelled at Sway and said, you don't have the answers?
No. He
got real upset. He was like, Steve Jobs, all the greats. How come they can make it and I can't? And Sway was like, I don't know, man. Yeah, because you don't have the answers. He was very upset with Sway. He's a controversial figure.
I don't know who Sway is.
Sway in the Morning. He's a famous radio DJ / hoster of music.
I think I do know actually who
he's been in a couple movies you've seen, probably guaranteed.
I've seen a movie.
Speaking of, Tyler, grab onto my back. What did I see? Hold on. In the corner over there. Let me get this dust off. That's a lot of
what
real
are you
loud.
Doing?
I'm dusting off the old Segway from back when we used to podcast.
Of course.
All right. I think it's asbestos, actually. Please don't breathe it in. All right, Tyler, get on my back. Let's go to Movie Land.
So Kyle and I just saw a movie. I assume that's what he's referencing. I'll talk while he's driving because you need to stay focused when you're driving.
Yeah, I got in an accident recently. It really affected me.
I got in a bad car accident.
We both got in a bad car accident. We're not well.
But Kyle and I just got back from the movies. We just went to see Brightburn. The story of a Superman being a bad boy.
Picture this. Let me paint it. I'm breaking out the canvas.
Okay.
Oh, I got a little paint on my sleeve.
So picture the TV show Smallville. Except
a boy crashes to Earth.
Yeah.
But he's an alien boy.
He looks like he's a good boy. And when you walk up to him, his hat's on backwards and his pants, they're torn.
And inside out.
And you think, ooh, this guy is tough news. Not too good.
But a mother's love will save the day.
Of course.
Except, oops.
Yeah.
Miri and that guy from The Office who Pam liked for a while.
Roy. Miri from Second Married Before Now.
They raise a young, who he looks like? Paul Dano. He looks like a young Paul Dano.
He looks a lot like a young Paul Dano.
They raise a young Paul Dano to not be bad, but oops, he does.
They raised him to be a normal guy. I mean, they're straight.
They're showing him how to put his Yeezys on one toe at a time.
They're honestly, as parents, they're not anything special. They're very just normal people cursing in front of their children.
Exactly.
Drinking.
Giving them. Oh wait. I want to say this right off the top. This is absolutely about to be spoilery.
I mean, there's not a whole lot in this movie that isn't obvious what's going to happen.
Yeah,
the movie's very predictable, which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
No, not at all. It is a good B horror movie.
Everything in the trailer tells you what's going to happen.
Exactly.
But not as bad a way as other...
Like, after seeing the film, I did have the gripe with the one scene that they do show in the trailer at the diner. Like, I was expecting that there was more gravity. By the way, these are going to be the spoilers now.
You really don't need to worry about.
Yeah, if you want to see it, go see it. You can honestly wait for this to come out on DVD or some streaming service.
And even if we do spoil it, it's not like we're ruining anything. There's nothing in the movie that's like, I can't believe they told me this.
Exactly. There's one thing that I do want to talk about that was really fun. But before we get into it at all, your review, like, out of whatever, I know you're 4 stars, so you can do that.
Yeah, I do out of 4 stars.
I'm going to do out of 10 just because I'm a normal person.
That's fair. I'm just trying to hop on the trend of the whole Roger Ebert thing.
Yeah, no, you're good.
I'll do out of 10 because it's easier to... I'd say it's like a solid 6.5, maybe 7 out of 10. It's fine. It's somewhere in the middle. I'm not one of those people that says a 5 is a middle because 5
feels really low. 5 feels like a middle. Like watch.
There's nothing special here, but it's not awful.
Yeah,
that's what a 5
you can watch it at some point. If someone puts it on, go make you some popcorn and miss the first 15 minutes. This isn't one of those. This is like if you want to watch it, watch it. I'd say it's about the same, right in the middle. I'd say a 7 out of 10.
Yeah,
it wasn't horrible, but it left a lot to be desired, in my opinion, which is what I wanted to get into with the diner thing.
Yeah.
They show the scene with her, and they basically play that entire scene out.
The trailers literally showed everything but like 2 small things from the diner.
And they cut like the zooming around in the writing on the windows of his symbol, the double B, which is funny. I did this thing with my initials. If I had a pen, I'd show you how to do it, but I draw a K. The top and the bottom are rounded like a B, and then I put a line down the front of it for an A, Kyle Andrew Bartholomew. And I would do that when I was a kid, so that really hit home. Yeah. It made me feel like, am I a psychopath?
Well, so
do I scare chickens?
But to really speak to it, in the trailer they showed, in at least one of the trailers, they showed the diner lady looking at the light bulbs and it exploding, and then the piece of glass in her eye. They showed the laser cutting through the freezer
and him
pouncing on her. That's basically the whole diner scene. That's the whole
diner scene. And that upset me so much just because, like, I don't know. I wish there was a little more buildup. There was in the fact that, like, he kind of set this precedent of what he was doing. Like, he sneaks into the girl's room, which that scene had some weird energy.
It was a really good scene. It was very tense because you didn't know where it was going.
Yeah.
At this point in the movie, we don't yet know how far they're going to be taking things.
Exactly. And so when he comes back and he's like, hey, I bought you flowers. I bought you flowers. And she's like, fucking, you can't be here, dude. You smashed my hand real good at PE.
Yeah, which was also in the trailer. Yeah. Literally every major beat in this movie was in the trailer.
He tackles the cop. We don't get to see him get turned into Smucker's jam. He gets turned into he just threw a bucket of Smuckers into the yard. Like, I will say the deaths, while we saw it all in the trailers, very fun, very silly. Not necessarily the best quality in all of them.
Yeah, the visual effects weren't great.
Where they did put in some special effects work, though, it was fucking choice.
There was a couple like good moments, what seemed like practical effects.
The one thing that I'm glad they didn't spoil, but they did show some of, was the uncle's scene with the truck.
Yeah. They showed a little bit, like, they showed him, like, turning the headlights on and then back off and all that.
But you didn't get to see the play-by-play of it like the rest of them, which, I don't know.
I didn't have a good time with that scene.
Yeah, my thing with it was just going into the movie, seeing something I already saw multiple times because I watched that trailer a lot to try and like.
We were very excited for this movie.
I was so hyped for it, and it wasn't a letdown completely.
I think I would say I was disappointed in that I wanted it to be incredible, and it was like a good B movie.
There's one thing that
it would have been a good sci-fi movie.
Yes, absolutely. If they would have just threw this on Sci-Fi and kind of cut it up a little shorter, they could have made a great movie. Like, took out a lot of that needless beginning where it's kind of serious.
Well, the movie was only an hour and a half, which is like about as short as you can go for a feature.
No, fair enough, but it just, at the beginning, they had this slow sort of ominous like build to like, maybe he's bad, maybe he's good, maybe there's going to be a character turn, and then he just straight goes fucking bonkers once he gets the mask and is just doing whatever the fuck he wants. The thing that I want to spoil that I don't give a shit about spoiling that upset me was the gun.
Yeah.
It's his birthday. He just turns 12, and this is when he's starting to kind of show signs.
It's almost like this is a metaphor for puberty. He turns 12, and all of a sudden he gets his power.
I think it's a metaphor for puberty and like almost like a weird, like the power of being a boy and like kind of getting away with boys will be boys and boys will do whatever. Kind of, it kind of had that undertone of like,
I see that now.
Especially with the dad's camaraderie, like it's all the bros drinking at the bar. It's your uncle giving you your first gun to go hunting with your pops, you know?
Yeah.
Handyman work. Like it had a lot of heavy, like a father should teach his child not to be a psychopath.
Yeah. And
people should listen to the father sort of kind of messagery and stuff. It's strange.
Almost like this was a testament to fathers not doing a good job.
Exactly. And moms
teaching their kids.
If anything, it was like moms will go to the ends of the earth and then fall to the earth. I won't spoil that, but you'll know it when you know it.
But it really does play like, hey, this is what happens when you do a bad job at teaching your kids. Because the dad literally is so, and also I guess spoiler for this, but it's not a big deal. He's super
quick to turn on his.
But not even. Well, yes, but not even that. Whenever he's giving him the sex talk, he leaves it so vague.
The way he said those words,
he's uncomfortable. Granted, but he is very much like. I think he says something along the lines of sometimes you're going to have urges and just give into those urges every now and then.
It's okay to give into those urges. Was the grossest line.
I see what he means, but that is so open-ended. A horny teenager could easily be like,
horny teenager who's looking at women and then organs.
Did they do that?
She pulled it out and they looked at it and he was like,
what's this weird shit?
And she was like, is this a guy thing? He's like, ain't no shit I ever done. Yeah. Instead of telling his son, by the way, don't jerk off to organs.
If he brings up like, it's okay to touch yourself every now and then.
Yeah.
But whenever he says, give in to your urges every now and then, I feel like you need to be more clear what he means by that.
Exactly. It feels so separate from the point he was saying earlier. But regardless, back to the gun thing because we never talked about it. It's his 12th birthday. He's going through a bit of like his alien changes and figuring stuff out. I think the lawnmower thing happens before the gun.
Yes.
And it's the scene in the trailer again where the lawnmower is tipped over. They didn't spoil all of it, but it was a cool Superman moment. He flings the lawnmower.
They spoil almost all of it except for him flinging it.
Yeah, you don't hear the voice though. Like this whole time he starts having these like visions and sleepwalking because the ship is sending him messages about his true mission. Because
it's a lot like Smallville.
He's a fucking alien, you know, and they're at the ice cream shop or whatever the fuck that place was. The diner. They're at the same diner. And the lady brings him a banana split. He's like, it's for fucking babies. And he's like, I know it's not for babies. A gun. And his uncle gives him a gun. And his dad.
Like a rifle. Like for hunting.
And this is another part that kind of confused me on it too. His dad is a hunter.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, what, guns? No. He's not getting a gun. We don't give my son a gun.
Yeah.
And
well, they're like farmers, so like
they're that kind of small town hunting kind of people, like Laranger kind of, you know, like it's and he's like, we can't give him this is the first gun I shot my first buck with, blah blah blah. And the kid seems interested in having the gun, and he shows like a moment with his powers and stuff like that, and they make it so important. And then there's a scene later, the dad's in the barn, and he has the son's gun, and he's putting it into a gun safe.
And something creepy happens in that scene.
Yeah, he's like, he finds his son sleepwalking, staring at the chickens. And
chickens are freaking out.
Chickens are freaking out because of his presence and stuff like that.
So the dad puts the gun away.
Yeah, so he hides the gun and takes
like this is the focus of these two scenes.
Yeah, these two scenes are like pivotal around this gun he just got for his birthday, and then nothing happens with it.
They don't bring it up again.
Ever again. The kid never gets the gun. No one uses the gun to get him. I thought maybe they were going to go some bullshit and his dad makes bullets and she was going to melt down some of the ship and make a bullet and put it in the gun. That would have been silly and ridiculous, but at least the gun would have had more meaning than what they tried to give it.
This movie could have really benefited from being diving into the silliness a little bit more.
They were very split on it. Like I'd say like the first 30 minutes were kind of serious, like, you know, kid problems, kid going through stuff, you know, bullies, etc. Also, by the way, that fucking bully kid with the one-liners was the worst.
Why do you like maggots so much? Is it because you are a maggot?
I feel like that was like kind of going again with this sort of boy toxic masculinity vibe that I was getting from like the message of the movie. Maybe the maggot was a filler for a slur, you know.
Yeah. Literally the women were the only good people in this movie.
Honestly, every woman in this movie was like a reasonable person, like, hey, these are problems and stuff like that. Except for the mom. She was kind of just being a mom though. You know?
Well, but she was being... I think she was even good. She was being a mom in the sense of she wants to believe in her child, even when her child is maybe being a murderer.
Yeah, maybe definitely we need to talk about Brandon.
Kevin.
We need to talk about Brandon.
We need to talk about Brandon. It's good.
Oh man, but I don't know. It was fun. I wish, like you said, I wish they would have leaned a little bit more into the silliness instead of like, it's kind of serious, supposed to be scary. And there were a lot of cheap jump scares that I was not a fan of.
Almost all of the jump scares felt really cheap to me. There was a couple where I felt they were warranted, but as a whole, I felt like all of it was loud noise whenever he flies.
Mm-hmm. Dude, the scenes where he's basically like Bugs Bunny style jumping through holes in the house. I want someone out there to do an edit of the Woody the Woodpecker sound as he's like slamming. He's just flying through the house and she's screaming. I don't know. He could have went full psycho and been kind of like he was yelling at points. I could hear him barely.
Yeah.
The sound in that scene, in those scenes, was really weird. I don't know. It was fine.
Yeah, but there was also some really good moments of tension.
Yes,
it wasn't all bad. We're kind of trashing it, but don't get us wrong.
This comes from a good place because I felt like it could have been a better movie if they would have leaned one way or the other.
It could have benefited by being directed by James Gunn and not just produced.
Right. I don't know. I loved the special effects. I know you said it was a little intense, but in the car scene with the uncle. Mm-hmm. I don't want to spoil that because it's really good. But there's a scene where like he gets a real bad. He gets a bit of a boo boo. he takes a bit of a whoopsie. Uncle takes a whoopsie is my favorite.
You could say he
scene.
Busted his lip,
just a touch, and the sound.
He gets into a car accident basically.
Yeah, and the sound in that scene, it was so well done.
I hated it. I mean, no, I hated it because
it was traumatic. Like that was the one scene I didn't really like because there's some gore scenes I laughed straight through, and then
to be transparent, I was
It's okay.
To be transparent, I was in a car accident about 2 months ago or so. Mm-hmm. A pretty bad car accident. I broke my leg. It was not nice. And honestly, this scene was really rough for me.
Exactly. And I totally understand that. It's just like seeing good special effects in horror nowadays that are like practical is very fun for me. I
thought it was good. I thought
it's no Chernobyl cow.
I thought a lot of the special effects were subpar, maybe not awful. I thought the biggest problem was just like, maybe it's the cinematography. I don't know. You said, I think we were getting dinner after. It looked like it was shot like a sitcom.
Yeah, there was like, there's a
sets
scene.
Looked like sitcoms.
They looked fake. It reminded me of the Evil Dead set when we went and saw the play.
Well, they looked like, what do you call like the
breakaway
stage?
sort of?
No, like in Seinfeld, they build half of the room. What do you call that? A set? What do you call that?
I think it's, for lack of a better word, I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about?
Set dressing? I don't know.
A studio. It looks like a studio.
Yeah.
It didn't look like they filmed this in a house.
The kitchen was the one that was the most blatant. Like his room looked fine, and like some of the upstairs stuff looked okay, except for the hallway scene at the very beginning when they're both kind of getting into it and trying to have a baby for the first time, which is very beginning of the movie, whatever. And they have that in the trailer also. Oh man, most of that movie was in the trailer, man.
All of the important moments, except for the last literal last thing that happens.
Man, but one-liner bully was not in the trailers.
He was not.
He's gonna go places.
You should bring up your favorite thing at the end of the movie, though.
With
Yondu.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it was so good. So at the very end of the movie, it kind of goes in the...
Michael Rooker, is that his name?
Yeah, Michael Rooker. I do believe that is. He plays sort of an Alex Jones type, and he's covering the damage that Brandon is doing because, spoiler alert, he's a fucking psychopath and wins because he has superpowers. And he starts fucking up the world. And as they're like flashing like images of like him and other like conspiracy theory bullshit that this guy is supposed to be hawking, because he's straight up like a Alex Jones ripoff character.
Yeah, he's yelling, and it's very much so set up like that.
There is
like a conspiracy kind of guy.
Exactly. There's a setup of pictures of these different things he's talking about,
like different like happenings, different like suspicious characters in the world.
And you see Brandon floating in front of like a destroyed building or something. This underwater sort of like mer person thing, and then the best one, which is like a little Easter egg, and I don't know if it was like supposed to be tied into the universe or not,
or if it's just an Easter egg.
Yeah, because James Gunn. But Crimson Bolt, if you've seen Super, was in it,
which is James Gunn's second movie.
I think second or first.
I don't remember if that's before Slither or not. One of those.
It's before Slither.
It's before Slither.
After, yeah, Slither's very good.
I haven't seen it.
It's so.
It's also got Miri.
Exactly, and it's also got the worms that touch his brain in Super. But yeah,
that was a very fun callback. It was exciting to be like, oh, did you see Crimson Bolt?
Yeah, you pointed it out because I saw him out of the corner of my eye. I was like, is that no fucking way?
It's also funny because we coincidentally watched that movie last night.
Yeah, we watched it before. That's so
not even being like, hey, we're going to see this tomorrow. It was very much so.
Everything's connected.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was super cool, and it made me think like, are they going to go with the trope that we're seeing now of trying to make this a cinematic universe in some way? And I don't think so. I don't think that they would either. After really thinking about it, would it be cool? I'd totally watch it because why not? Because it's like the silly version of the thing everybody cares about right now. Endgame. Oh no.
You see, one thing about
Tony Man gets hurt.
One thing about a cinematic universe that I think could really work is. The problem with the MCU is all of the movies are basically the same. Like, as much as you guys are going to hate me for saying this, Black Panther is basically the same as Iron Man, except with a better villain. Like, it all follows the same.
I love Killmonger.
Yeah, I do too. He's the best part of that movie. The movie's good. I don't think it's incredible, but it's definitely not bad by any means.
There's a Kendrick Lamar song called King's Dead, and he has a line at the end where he calls himself Killmonger.
That's
good.
Very cool. But the movie, all of the movies follow the same formulas for the most part. Whereas, like, I think it could be interesting to see a cinematic universe where all of the movies are different, even in genre. Like, if Super is this silly superhero movie, Brightburn is this horror, whatever, like to get different styles of movie.
My thing that I was thinking of, they could almost do like a multiverse thing where these things are technically in the same universe, but they're on different like planes, and they could even go so far as to make it like a weird Avengers thing where something is affecting the entire timeline of fucking
almost like the Cloverfield universe.
Exactly, where it's like it's kind of loosely together but not quite.
Also, side tangent, just real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
I thought Cloverfield Paradox was going to be way worse than it was.
Yeah, it was
maybe just because people trashed it. I thought it was pretty good.
John Goodman.
Nope, that's 10 Cloverfield.
Oh, whoops.
That one's great.
Oh, I haven't seen Paradox. Yeah,
I watched it while I was broken. And I expect maybe it's because I had really low expectations because of how much everyone trashed it, but I thought it was fine. I thought it was about as good as that movie Life.
Yeah. Dude, I still don't know how I feel about that movie.
It was fine.
Yeah.
It was fine.
I'd watch it again because it was so pretty. That's about it. Like, I loved the garden scenes. Every scene in that garden was...
High Life.
I'm bad.
Kyle's having a bad time.
My brain ain't doing so well. My brain ain't doing so good.
Anyway, we've been talking about this movie for like 12 minutes. Let's move on.
I've been watching a lot of stuff on like YouTubing and like podcasting and getting yourself started and everything. And people doing seasons where they kind of take a little time off, and we could kind of call this season 2. Like, honestly.
Let's do that because it's very much so like we've never talked about it being seasons, and we can just act like this is season 2. Leave this in, by the way.
Oh, no, 100%. I was figuring like all this little like fun banter here would be like a little end blurb or something, like if we could put it there or whatever. But yeah, absolutely.
But like Good Mythical Morning does seasons. They take some time off during little breaks.
We took almost a fucking year off. I guess it's time for a new season, right? That's about the length of time for like a TV show season, kind of.
Depending on the show, yeah.
Game of Thrones did it to me. I fucking man.
Rick and Morty also.
I don't want to get new Rick. We're not going to get into Game of Thrones on here.
I've never watched Game of Thrones.
He's never watched it. This is all I'm saying. It was fucking fine. After episode 3, I checked out and just was watching a cool show. That's it. I'm not upset. I'm not signing no petition. It's over.
Okay, that's what I want to talk about. This whole petition thing that's going on. Dude, it makes me so upset.
Are we getting into it?
Yes, let's get into it. It makes me so upset because people feel so entitled.
Dude, yes.
And this is someone else's work, someone else's art they're making.
They made money on this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, you're so upset. You're so upset that someone didn't do what you wanted. You're going to try to sign a petition. The one that made me really upset, and multiple people, I've talked about this with a lot of people. The one that makes me really upset is people being upset about Robert Pattinson being Batman. And like,
oh man,
for starters, I will say I get it if you don't like Robert Pattinson, but most of the people I have discussed this with are upset, and they've only seen him in Twilight, maybe Harry Potter.
Hey, High Rollers.
High Life?
That's the one.
He's been in a lot of great... I know you did it on purpose that time. He's been in a lot of great stuff. That's not even my point, though. People are like furious that they would even think about hiring Robert Pattinson to be Batman. Hashtag not my Batman.
Here's what I'll say.
People think back. People were livid whenever Heath Ledger was going to be the Joker. Yeah. And that is one of the best just performances in general we've ever gotten.
Literally. Like one of the best method acting things. Here's what I will say to that petition stuff and this whole idea of like, we control what we watch. You do, but there's a better way to do that.
Yeah. You're supposed to be giving us something.
The last season of Game of Thrones was their highest rated season on HBO. Uh-huh. It made them the most money they've made doing this, I believe, if I'm remembering that correctly. You know how you make a show not be a show anymore? Don't watch it. If you don't like the show or where it's going, stop. I could have stopped at the end of episode 3, but I'm a grown adult who doesn't have time to be angry at a show I have no control over. I have work to do.
That brings up a great point that I would love to bring up, is that very much so falls exactly in line with these Disney live action remakes.
Yep.
And there's been people that I totally agree with posting on Twitter. We're all upset about them remaking Lion King, and whether or not it's going to be good, I don't care.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
It
doesn't need to exist. They're calling it a live action Lion King, but it's just more animation. It just looks nicer. It's just a different kind of animation.
Real animals and not cartoon.
The thing is, if you want to stop this stuff, stop going to see these movies.
Yes.
Like a bunch of people I follow on Twitter are like, I'm not going to see it because I'm not going to support this kind of behavior. It's like taking away a toy from a child.
If we go back, we're going back in the Wayback Machine again.
Let's do it.
To my fucking crusade on Instagram of my hashtag that only I created, where I say in every picture, no matter what the context, I've never seen the Emoji Movie. You know what I didn't want to support or care about or watch? The Emoji Movie.
I wanted to watch it just because I knew it was going to be awful, but I also still haven't seen it.
I knew it was going to be awful, but not the fun kind of awful where I can laugh at it. Yeah. It was just going to be a big advertisement.
Like Angry Birds, the movie.
Like I didn't see that either. Me either. I didn't go on a crusade, but like, it doesn't matter. Like, as long as I didn't pay my money, I don't give a shit what you did with that product. You could love it. You could buy all the emoji merch. You get one of those turd pillows with a smile on it. Why are people buying poop? You know what I mean? Like, it's silly. Like, you don't have, like, and the way they worded the petition too, make them change it, like, in such a mean sort of accusatory, like, fuck you for ruining this thing I like. The books still exist. George is still alive. You know what I mean? Like,
the only petition I signed was to get Robert Pattinson kicked off and replaced with Danny DeVito. I signed that petition.
But that's for the meme. That's funny.
So
Detective Pikachu too. Good people wanted Danny DeVito to be the voice, and they were mad at Ryan Reynolds.
Okay, so to continue this conversation, then, what do you think about the petitions to change Sonic's design? Because I agree that they needed to change the design, but this falls into the same category of, are we right to demand they change something?
I will say this. The design of Sonic was not the reason why I was upset at this movie.
Yeah.
Did you not all watch the same trailer I watched? Everything about it, except for Jim Carrey, honestly, was upsetting to me. I was like, Jim Carrey might save this movie.
I love the idea of Jim Carrey playing Dr. Wily.
Jim Carrey might... Not Dr. Wily.
Eggman. Whoops, my bad.
That's wrong game.
Wrong game.
Mega Man live action movie. Oh my god, that'd be so
also,
cool.
Jim Carrey playing Dr. Wily.
Dude, Jim Carrey playing. No, I want fucking what's his name from Portlandia.
Fred Armisen?
Yes, I want Fred Armisen as Dr. Wily. That would be so good. Oh, but again, like, I saw this. I love Sonic as a franchise because I love the games and stuff like that. Shout out to Sonic Adventure 2.
Amen.
It's a bad game, but the Chow Garden's
Disagree.
fun.
It's a good game.
That camera's fucking rough, dude.
Have you ever played Mario 64?
Yeah.
Fantastic game.
Yeah, but it's a good game. That's different.
Bad camera.
I can objectively look at Sonic Adventure 2 and say, I've tried to pick it up as an adult.
I haven't tried to pick it up as an adult.
Didn't have fun. Did not have fun. But the Chow Garden shit was fun. Whatever. I support what I want to support. I support the things that I like or the things that I want to give a chance.
Yeah.
And things that I can see from a mile away aren't going to be good in my eyes, I'm not going to support. That's just it. That's the end of that story.
It's so tough because you never know what you're going to like. Sometimes
I got burned hard with the Skyrim special edition shit. I bought the special edition when Skyrim was first coming out. The big box that came with the Alduin statue, the art book, a DVD,
the giant dragon statue.
Yeah, the big paperweight that I have at my parents' house still.
Hey, it's cool.
I mean, for sure, but at the same time, it's one of those things of like, I paid for that. I paid $100 and something to get all this extra shit that added nothing to my gameplay. You know what I mean? And that's the same with people talking, like getting mad about games going DLC. Fucking Chunky ripping over there. It's one of those things of people getting mad about games having DLC to complete the game. You know what I mean? Like, it sucks when you buy a game that you like and you find out that there's like more to that game, or like you play it and it's short or whatever. But like, you paid for it at the end of the day. If you didn't want this thing to happen anymore, you don't want these trends to stay on, don't pre-order games. Don't buy special editions. Don't buy DLC. You know?
The thing, I think...
That's where you hit them in their wallet, and that's when things change.
I think
yelling like a bunch of children doesn't change.
I think those things should still exist to a point, obviously.
Yeah.
Some of them do it poorly where there's basically nothing unless you buy all the extra stuff.
I'm talking about the egregious people. Like,
I'm the kind of person, I own like 5 copies of Alien because I love that franchise, and I own a lot of that memorabilia because I love that stuff and I want to support that stuff. So I think that stuff should still exist, but it should be done correctly, I guess.
Here's where my thoughts with that is. This is something that you care about and that you like. Yeah. And you're supporting it because it's something you actively want to do. You know what I mean? You're doing it not with an expectation of it being better. You know you're getting the same fucking movie every time you buy a new special edition. You are consciously aware of that. People who go into a game from a company that they know, not to use Bethesda as a thing, but Todd Howard, I'll fucking uppercut you in the throat. Fallout 76, you know, people went up in arms and crazy about that. Now that game's a ghost town and it's a bad game. And that's what people did. People were like, you know what? I paid this money for it. I'm trying to get refunds. Some people were trying to sue or whatever, but they all but just abandoned it. And now like they're trying to turn it into a good game and stuff like that. And I've watched a few videos of people talking about it.
My thing about that is you're never going to know what you're getting into with any sort of media. And if you think you're going to like something, then you're usually going to pay for it and experience it. And if you don't like it, then you don't spend any more money on it. Exactly. Obviously, you already supported it, but that's the way it goes. Like, if I'm trying to think of a movie from what's a franchise I love where there was a bad entry.
The Jason series.
No, because I only care about Jason X.
That's what I was about to say. The only good one is Jason X.
I only care about Jason X. Jason X is the official movie of this podcast, in case you all forgot.
Mm-hmm. Represent. Did we lose that episode?
We did. The data corrupted.
We're going to do it again.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to do it again.
I mean, I'll use Game of Thrones as an example, even though I'm not in it. Like,
I can help.
Let's say if this last season was the worst one, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't think it was the worst. There was season 7.
7 was the worst? That's even better. So, Steve, whenever you got to season 7, all of you were still hopeful, like you still cared about this thing, so you decided to keep moving forward.
Exactly.
Obviously, you never know what's going to happen with a franchise or with a game development company. You know, like you're never going to expect if like Fallout or the first like 4 or 5 Fallout games, whatever, they were all great. You're never just going to expect there was 4 and then also New Vegas, right?
Yeah, there's 4 in the main franchise story. Then there's New Vegas was a spinoff.
Well, you never know. You never know
know
they're gonna make a bad game all of a sudden. Like you're gonna, if you love Fallout, you're gonna buy this game, and if it's garbage, that's whatever. You still want to support this company because you know they're able to make good games.
Exactly.
And eventually, if they keep releasing garbage, at that point, you usually are like, okay, I'm out. You know
I think another. I love this topic, by the way. This is so interesting. I think another thing that's going with it too, a lot of the market now is the kids who grew up playing these other games where we had all the time in the fucking world, and these games that were like a slog to get through. Like I tried to play Fallout 2 recently. It's a turn-based strategy, different kind of game. It's open world and you can go wherever you want, but it's the slowest pace. And I played that game to completion as a child because I had that kind of time and patience. But as an adult, we want things the way we want them now and as quick as possible. You know what I mean? It kind of, in that shift in the market is that sort of, I feel like, child's-like mentality. It's like, hey, make the thing how it used to be. And like, hey, don't make me have to do these things this way or the other. Like people are just forgetting that these entities, these companies are going with the trends of stuff and like what's happening now. And
that's how you stay relevant.
Exactly. And so you get games like
everybody's making these battle royale games
literally
because that's
Apex Legends, Fortnite, PUBG, fucking all these different games came out around the same time and stuff like that. And you see these companies trying to chase those trends because they're trying to go with the youth of the day.
Yeah, I miss Minecraft Hunger Games. Dude, that was the original battle royale. Dude, like before all of this, I used to watch that stuff like crazy.
I miss the movie Battle Royale.
I miss the Hunger Games. I don't miss the Hunger Games.
I don't either. Effie Trinket was weird. She scared me.
I miss Jennifer Lawrence. Where's she been?
Did she have jaundice? Not in Jennifer Lawrence. And Effie Trinket.
I don't know who that is.
The lady with the pink hair, and she's like,
oh yeah.
She's played by the mom in Brightburn.
Yes,
what a comeback! Oh, babe. What a full circle run back on that one, huh? She was in.
Is that her?
Yeah, it's her.
I mean, it totally is, but I never realized that's who that was.
Mm-hmm. I know her because she has very specific eyes and lips. Point is, I don't care with Sonic, Game of Thrones. I'm of conscious mind enough to be able to make my own decision from the jump whether or not I want to put my money into the thing. Mm-hmm. And I've made a lot of mistakes where I'm like, this seems great. I'm going to go invest in that and do that thing. Wow, this is awful. Yeah. I've had those moments, but that helps me learn, not every, you're not going to be able to polish every turd. You're not going to be able to make the best of the bad situation with all these things.
Yeah.
And don't whine about it like a baby and scream at people on the internet and run them off of social media. You know what I mean? Just calm down. Don't pay for things you don't want.
Yeah.
Don't watch things you don't like. Don't play games you don't like. Don't pay for DLC that you know won't be worth it.
Yeah.
Like a costume thing that costs like half of the game you already played, or like if the characters aren't like the new Mortal Kombat, or no, not Mortal Kombat. That was one too. But the new Street Fighter 2, you have to buy individual characters, and these characters are like $15, $20. And like other costumes you want for the characters are also around that price range. And I'm not going to do that. I don't want to. If I did, I might buy one character because E Honda, shout out. I love E Honda. So dope.
Yeah. It's very similar. It's very similar to the mindset of you'd be nowhere without your fans. You wouldn't be famous without your fans. So you need to do what we want you to do. It's like, that's not how that works. This person decided to do this thing and you liked it, so you watched it. Sure, they blew up because a lot of people liked them, but people liked them because they were doing what they wanted, Like, you have no entitlement over what people do and what people want. Granted, you should totally make yourself known. Like, if you don't like something, maybe leave a bad review, or maybe don't buy things anymore. Like, I think it definitely needs to be spoken,
right?
But you aren't in charge of what these people are doing and what they're putting out.
Exactly. I think it's that thing of like the vocal minority,
Yeah.
Like you get a bunch of people who are all angry in the same room. It doesn't mean everyone's angry. It's just they're real loud over there being angry.
Yeah. The masses are asses. That's what they
exactly.
say.
And so it's like, you can have people who have these rational thoughts and think like we do. And I'm sure there's a majority of them. And that's why shows, get canceled or don't.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
That's why Firefly got canceled.
That's why Daredevil got canceled, I think. One of them. No, Luke Cage. Luke Cage got canceled, I think, which is upsetting. Jessica Jones somehow is still lasting.
Jessica Jones is the only one.
I think Daredevil just had one final season.
No, I think Daredevil got canceled.
There's something.
I'm pretty sure Jessica Jones is the last one of those 4 shows.
I don't know. I have to look it up again. But yeah, it's one of those things of like, I don't know. It's easy to get swept up in the anger with everybody else yelling about a thing. And if you're mad, be mad. You have that right to be upset when you see something that you invested time in. Like a lot of people invested, like I think it's like 10 years of the show for Game of Thrones, and other people longer for the books. You put in your time, you put in the hours, you watch this thing, you wanted it to go out a certain way, and that's, an opinion.
Yeah,
and you're valid in having that opinion. But who are you to tell these people, these professional writers, hey, you didn't do it the way I liked it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were on a tight budget. And a tight budget in terms of time, I'm sure. And they're like having these actors out doing stuff in like extreme conditions and stuff like that. And it's just like, they're people too, Yeah. At the end of the day, these are people trying to make money, and shitting all over them and making them feel bad for just doing their job isn't cool. It turns out that's a bad thing.
Everyone can't be Nicolas Cage and just be cool with every decision they've ever made.
I want to watch Mandy again. It's on Verve. I'm going to watch it.
It's great. I would love to watch it again.
Such a good movie.
Speaking of great B movies.
Absolutely. I love when like people make there's a better way to say that. When people make movies that are self-aware, but they're not necessarily the highest quality. It's like, hey, we know what we're working with. Let's fucking lean hard into it. It's usually comes out good.
Yeah. I totally agree.
But yeah, I don't know. There's been stuff with like, when I was like younger, where I would watch like YouTube and like I would see something in like a character on YouTube would like change up their like format, like, hey, I'm only going to this or whatever, and I would just unsubscribe. Like, but I didn't leave. I'm not there leaving nasty comments. I'm not disliking every single video and stalking them. Like, you need to go back and do the thing that I like. Like, no, it's, you know what I mean? It's the same one way or the other.
And I totally get it. It's upsetting sometimes.
Yes.
I was very upset when fantasy fiction ended.
Dude.
But at the same time, it's like...
They've got their own lives to live.
Yeah. Everyone's got stuff going on.
Josh is doing like 3 different podcasts still right now. Yeah. Dom's got...
When My Brother and Me ends, I'm going to be real sad. But everything's going to end
cried
sometimes.
At the end of the first season of Critical Role. You know what I mean? Like, like it's like, of course they're going to come back and do this stuff again at some point, maybe. But if not... Whatever.
We as a people get attached to things that we don't need to get attached to, and that's fine.
It's because it gives us joy.
Yeah.
In that moment, that's the only thing you should care about in those moments. What parts of these things did make you like they're not deleting your memory.
Yeah.
They're not going to go through and like
these things still exist.
Yeah. The parts of it that were good are still around. And you even see cool stuff like this one dude went through and took the prequels and some of like the older Star Wars movies and edited it together to be a cohesive, good series of movies, and it fit with the Star Wars canon. You can do stuff like that if you really are like that passionate. Like, put your time and energy into something that's worth it, Yeah. Don't waste your time on stuff and being mad, because that's the worst feeling in the world, in my opinion, is being upset and having nowhere to place that anger, Because if I'm just yelling into the void, that's not doing anything except for making me more hot, because people are going to be like, you're an idiot. Stop yelling about this thing, And then I get in arguments with those people, and I'm not about that. I ain't never been about that. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know what you mean.
But anyway, season 2, we're getting serious. We're talking about things.
Season 2 of Sad High Five, and we're jumping in feet first into our mayonnaise shoes.
Yep. Which one of us is going to have the heel turn? I'll give you a hint. I hate Tyler.
I'll give you a hint. I hate Tyler.
Now you don't know which one of us is heel turning. Joke's on you. We're getting in a double cage match with Newt Gingrich and Calvin from Calvin and Hobbes. We're going to fight a small cartoon boy and a real man. Anyway, we're not going to drag on anymore. We're going to get on out of here, but expect more from the boys.
Yeah, expect more of this streamlined content.
We're giving you podcasts.
And we didn't. This was the last thing we recorded until Wanderful started in January 2022.
Podcasting with the boys.
Yeah.
Said high five.
High-fiving some boys. All right, guys. We'll catch you on the flippity flop. Come back we'll give you sweet treats for your ears to listen to. Guaranteed.
Kyle, would you do me the honor of putting your hand up?
Oh, absolutely, my friend. Season 2.